All right. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday. And I had to make this video because I've been listening to the Focal speakers with the new Grace Design M905. So mostly I have been listening to high resolution tracks at the most I could, which was 96K, right? 24-bit, 96K. That was the most I could, listen to with the Digio 3 converter. So I was going through listening to different tracks at 24-bit, 96, or 44.1 16-bit. I was even listening to CDs. And as the topic of this video is about 96K or 192K, and can you hear a difference? Now you hear all type of, people who've been dealing with equipment and different types of equipment for a long time, and a lot of them say that you cannot hear a difference past 96K, right? And 192 is overkill. I made this video, and it's a real short video, but I'm asking for you guys who have at least the ability to listen to high resolution tracks. Now I went on hdtracks.com. Now I'm sure you have your own place where you can sample music and listen to it without buying it. Now I'm asking you to please, if you can, for yourselves, if you can listen up to 96K, fine. Listen to 24-bit, 44.1 or and up. But if you have the ability to listen to high resolution tracks up to 192, 24-bit, please do, and comment below and let me know if you hear a difference from a track from 96K to 192K. I didn't really want to taint your view on what difference you're hearing. But what I'm going to tell you is, with the Grace Design reference monitor controller, with these speakers, I played 96K, and what really made a difference is like female voices. I played Phil Collins, and then I played Anita Baker's old album, Rapture. I was playing it in 192, and then I said, well, let me see what it sounds like at 96K 24-bit. And I played it, and I was like, well, the reason I wanted to play it at a lower rate, a lower sample rate, was because the higher sample rate of 192 was twice the price. It was $24 for the higher 192, and I think it was $12 for the lower resolution. So I said, let me see if there's a difference, right? So when I played it at 96K, initially I didn't notice anything, right? But then I sat still, and I kept playing it, and I noticed something at 96K. It's kind of like the bottom lower octaves below like 100 down. It seems like the sound was more focused with that, right? And it made me bob my head like, okay. Then when I switched that same song, I played it twice in 96K, and then I switched the song. I only did 15 seconds or so of it. Then I switched it to 192 24-bit, and immediately when I did that, and it came on, the highs just opened right up. The highs, I heard the the crystal clarity just opened up that top end, that 3, 4, and up kilohertz just started opening up. And the first time I played it, and then when I played it again and again and again and critically listened, I noticed that at 192 over the 96K, oh my God, this is blowing my mind. The 192, I noticed not only did the highs open up, the sound stage changed. I started hearing width, and the vocalist of Anita Baker. It was kind of like the speakers. She did this. It's like she stood up. Like, if you can imagine, like somebody singing sitting down, then they just stand up, right? And it's like their voice just projected. It's kind of like her voice went from being right here. She's standing here, from being right here at 96K, which of course 96K is going to sound better than 4416. It went from here to her being here. It's kind of like she took a step forward and stood up. It was so clear, the sounds of the instruments and all of that. It just opened up. It gave it width and height and depth. Like, I started listening to people say that 96K was good enough, right? After listening to 192, it's something there. And I always hear like professional, recorders say that there is something there. There is some air in there that your ear perceives, which you may not be able to hear it, but it perceives it. I'm starting to feel like it's the whole range from the top 20. It affects all the way down the whole frequency range. So I'm blown away. I'm blown. Like, I'm blown. Try it for yourself. See for yourself. See for yourself. If you have the ability to listen to at the resolution of 192 24-bit, see for yourself. It's 3 in the morning, and I thought enough to make this video. It's because I'm floored. I'm floored. It's like, here's your frequency band. 96K seemed to have improved or brought out the lower band frequencies. Now, don't get me wrong, the rest of the frequency was clear, but it seemed like it cut off a lot of that air, right? But if you never listen to 192, you won't notice. You won't even notice that there is something there. They up here in the the higher frequencies, 10K and above or whatever. You won't even notice there's something there. But you'll notice the body in the lower end. It just, everything just sounded tighter and alive at 96K, right? But at 192, it went from sound doing this, like this, to just sound doing this. It try it and let me know what you think. Like, I'm blown. I'm blown. A lot of people that I know that are doing, you know, the same thing as myself with recording, they're saying, well, you know what? I'm gonna save money and just go to 96K. I'm gonna record at 96K because it saves, you know, hard drive space and all that stuff like that. You know, and granted, a lot of things are being sent to MP3 or whatever. So a lot of times, a lot of that stuff gets compressed. But my theory in this is, if your soundstage starts like this, and then it goes through the compression process of you dithering and all that stuff like that, even if you're compressing it, your overall end all is going to be more dynamic. Let's put it that way. More dynamic than somebody who recorded at 44.1.8 and then did a little bit of compression. That soundstage, to me, given this small experiment I've done, is going to be less alive. Like literally 192K, everything just sounded alive. It sounded like you could hear her swallow at 192K in between her words. So I feel like I owe this to, you know, the listeners of my channel or watchers of my channel to be aware that, you know, when you move into the area where you're starting to be able to play high resolution samples and sounds and music at this level, you know, of recording, you may be surprised that 192 is something. It's something. It's something to it in dealing with 192 versus 96K. So let me know, you know, in the comments, you know, what you think about it, and peace, studio family.